hello, lovelies. It's Grandma Bunny here. I'm coming to read you a story today. Who would like to hear a little bit of a story? I've got a couple of stories today. Sorry about my hair. I do need to keep it in rollers. It's getting a little bit out of control. So, we have to look after our hair, don't we? I'm just going to move that so that you can see me a little bit better. Today, I like to talk about manners. One of the super manners that we like to talk about is thank you. And in this one, we've got a little piggy, haven't we? It's not a bunny, but it's a piggy. Sort of like a bunny. It's got 2 ears, 2 eyes, and a little snuffy nose. If you've got a little snuffy nose. My little snuffy nose goes... See, it's moving. So this is Don't Forget Your Manners. And it's written by Karen Carter. I think somebody else read one about excuse me. So we'll get into the book. Thank you. I always say thank you when someone gives me something. Do you? It's always nice. Especially, hi Jody, I hope Lillian is with you today. She's so cute. She's got cute little glasses, cute little bunny nose. So I hope that you got some things this morning and you remembered to say thank you to the Easter Bunny, because it's nice that the Easter Bunny managed to get there and bring you all those goodies. I even got a cream egg. How nice is that? He was very busy last night, hopping all over the world. I had to sleep on my own. So you can see that they're saying thank you. What are they doing? It looks like a birthday party, doesn't it? So that birthday person would be saying thank you for all the gifts. When somebody helps me, I say thank you. Oh yes, I put them in this morning to get the hair under control, because hares get out of control. Bunnies don't, but hares do. So this one looks like they're helping each other. One's picking somebody else up on the field, aren't they? I've seen some horrible rugby players who just barrel on over each other. And then I've seen some super little rugby players who pick each other up and check that they're okay. It's always nice. It's called sportsmanship. I always remember to say thank you when someone does something kind for me. My grandchildren, Bugs and Monkey and Boo, they do kind things for me. And they even went and said hi to the chickens this morning and took them some food. Because you see, we swap eggs. I give the chicken, Grandpa Bunny gives the chickens Easter eggs and they give us eggs, which we sell for carrots and lettuce and stuff. Isn't it lovely? It's called bartering or trading. If someone says something nice about me, I say thank you. See, somebody said something about my curlers and it was lovely, wasn't it? So I said thank you. It's always good to say thank you. Makes the other person feel appreciated, doesn't it? Oh, I have a little bit of a glow coming down on me. Oh, from that side. The sun must be popping through. If I say thank you to people, they will be glad they've made me happy. Then you get cuddles. I love cuddles. So nice and warm and snuggly. Do you like cuddles? Mummy and Daddy probably like cuddles too. You could go and give them a cuddle. So those are some of the times that we might say thank you. Do you know some other times? Well, recently, oh look, it's a little Peter Rabbit move, isn't it? It's fly upon my nose. Anyway, some other times that you might say thank you might be when you go to the supermarket, because those people have been smashed lately, working very hard. We need to be kind to them, don't we? Because they're super, super lovely and they're doing their job, and we just go along, get our things and pop off home, don't we? Hop to it. It's nice if we say thank you. So just remember that the next time you're at the supermarket, suck it up, Buttercup. Put your grumpies out in the car park and say thank you and ask how their day was. And if they're all grumpy, tell them you are going to give them some happiness because you hope that they have a happy day. Who are some other people we could do that to? Have a think about that. So I have my favourite story in the world. It's about Grandpa Bunny Bunny and all our little grand bunnies. It's a super story. You'll love it. It's all about Easter. Grandpa Bunny. It's a little golden book. See? Golden book, and it's got all the little characters on the back. Remember, we have a spine. Keeps the book together. We all need that, don't we? Helps us hop to it. Grandpa Bunny. Have to excuse me, my arthritis is getting flared up a little bit at the moment and I'm a bit slower. Deep in the wood where the briar bushes grow lies Bunnyville, a busy little bunny rabbit town. Doesn't it look super? I'll try and block out some of the light, otherwise I'll have to move my little bunny cotton tail. And that's a whole nother experience in itself. And in the very centre of that busy little town stands a cottage, a neat twig cottage with a neat brown roof, which is known to all as the very own home of Great-Grandpa Bunny Bunny. That's my husband. Great-Grandpa Bunny Bunny, as every bunny knows, was the ancestral founder of the town, which is a very fine thing to be. He liked to tell the young bunnies who always gathered around how he and Mrs. Bunny Bunny, that's me, in case you didn't know, see? Can you make your bunny nose wiggle wiggle? I like to wiggle it just a little bit. Wiggle wiggle. So he liked to tell the young bunnies who always gathered around how he and Mrs. Bunny Bunny, when they were very young, although I'm still fairly young, had found that very briar patch and built themselves that very same little twig house. Goodness me, there's a neighbour mowing his lawn. I'll have to talk louder if you can't hear me. It was a happy life they lived there, deep in the woods, bringing up their bunny family in that little house of twigs. And of course, Daddy Bunny Bunny, as he was called then, was busy at his job, decorating Easter eggs. What a fun job. You could do that job. You could get some eggs and get some sparkles and felt tips or whatever you call them, textures if you're in Australia. And you could colour eggs, couldn't you, and pretend you're the bunny. Make sure they don't have yolk in them because they go very yucky later. As the children grew up, they helped paint Easter eggs, and soon they were all grown up with families of their own, and they built a ring of houses around their parents' home. By and by, they had a town there, and they called it Bunnyville. Isn't that super? It's a cute name. Now, Grandpa Bunny had lots of help painting Easter eggs, so much that he began to look for other jobs to do. He taught some of the young folks to paint flowers in the woods. They tried out some new shades of green on mosses and on ferns. Goodness me, I think that's my young one trying to mow the lawns, which I'm very grateful for, and I'll say thank you, but it's a little bit frustrating, and it's right now. Goodness me, they know better. They made those woods so beautiful that people who went walking there marvelled at the colours. As they talked among themselves, the soil must be especially rich, they said, or the rainfall especially wet, and the bunnies would hear them and silently laugh, for they knew it was all their Grandpa Bunny's doing. Isn't it lovely? Years went by. Now there were still more families in Bunnyville, and Grandpa Bunny had grown to be Great Grandpa Bunny, for that is how things go. He still supervised all the Easter egg painting and the work on the flowers every spring. There's some Muppet dog trying to scratch his back on the palms behind me. What a silly little Muppet he is. Off you go, Muppet. Oh, he actually listened this time. It's lucky I'm a giant bunny, isn't it? Or he might eat me. But he had so much help that between times he looked around for other jobs to do. He taught some of the bunnies to paint the autumn leaves, purple for the gum trees, yellow for the elms, patterns and scarlet for the sugar maple trees. Through the woods they scampered with their brushes and their pails. Do you know what a pail is? It's a bucket. I know a lady called Mrs. Bucket. She likes to call herself Mrs. Bouquet, though. I think that's just being a bit la-di-da. And the people who went walking there would say among themselves, "Never has there been such colour in these woods. The nights must have been especially frosty hereabouts." And the bunnies would hear them and silently laugh, for they knew that it was all their great grandpa's plan. Isn't it beautiful? And so it went. As the seasons rolled round, there were constantly more bunnies in that busy Bunnyville, and great grandpa was busy finding jobs for them to do. Who knows what season this would be if all the trees are changing their leaves to gold and all those beautiful brown colours. That's right, it would be autumn. We're supposed to be in autumn here at the moment, but with 30 degrees yesterday, I don't know if the weather knows what it's doing. He taught them in winter to paint shadows on the snow. Hello, Shannon. It's Grandma Bunny, just in case you forgot who I was, because it's not me who's got the memory loss. And pictures in frost on wintry window panes, and to polish up the diamond lights on glittering icicles. How fabulous is that? Look at them painting shadows. They must be fast. What season would it be if it was snowing? We don't get snow all over Australia or in New Zealand. This would be somewhere where they get snow. So it would be winter, that's right, winter. And between times he's told stories to each crop of bunny young around the cosy fire in his neat little twig house. The bunny children loved him and his furry bunny tails. That's a nice pun, isn't it? Bunny tails. And they loved the new and different things he found for them to do. But at last it did seem as he thought of everything. He had crews of bunnies trained to paint the first tiny buds of spring. He had teams who waited beside cocoons to touch up the wings of new butterflies. What a super job that would be! Do you think they really paint butterfly wings? It's probably not a good idea to try that at home. And just for a little bit of a break, let's wiggle it. So wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Just a little bit. Come on, come on, come on. Wiggle it. Just a little bit. Some specialised in beetles, some in creeping, crawling things. They had painted up that whole wild wood till it sparkled and gleamed. And now the bunnies wondered what would he think of next. Well, Great-grandpa stayed at home a lot those days and thought and thought and thought. And at last he told a secret to that season's bunny boys and girls. Children, Great-grandpa Bunny said, I'm going to go away, and I'll tell you what my next job will be if you'll promise not to say. What do you think his next job might be? Hello, Teo. Hello, Bentley. I hope you like Grandma Bunny and the story time. Can you wiggle it just a little bit? Come on, come on. So the bunny children promised, and Great-grandpa went away. The older bunnies missed him, and often they looked sad, but the bunny children only smiled and looked extremely wise. It's their thinking faces. Can you do a thinking face? They're looking wise, aren't they? Then one day, for they knew a secret they had promised not to tell. They're good bunny children, aren't they? My bunny children tell the secret. Then one day, a windy rainstorm pelted down on Bunnyville. Everyone scampered speedily home and stayed cozy and dry indoors. I bet they had to hop to it. After a while, Grandma's getting a little bit jiggy with it now. After a while, the rain slowed down to single dripping drops. Then every front door opened and out the bunny children ran. Oh, excellent, Bentley. Oh, that's no good, Shan. Teo should be massaging it while he listens to the story. Just saying, Teo. Grandma said. Oh, it's true. Oops, sorry. After a while, the rain slowed down to single dripping drops. Then every front door opened and out the bunny children ran. Oh, it's true. Those bunnies shouted and they did a bunny dance. Great-grandpa's been at work again. Come and see what he's done. What do you think Grandpa Bunny might have done? Oh, I'm so excited. Shall we hop on over to the next page? What was that? You want me to jump to it? Only if you wiggle it just a little bit. Don't forget to flop that fly upon your nose with your little bunny paws. Oh, Teo's back's out. Oh, that's terrible. Muriel, I hope you're okay, Teo. And the people walking on that day looked up in pleased surprise. Have you ever, they cried, simply ever, oh no, one of my clips fell out, simply ever seen a sunset so gorgeously bright? The little bunnies heard them and they chuckled silently, for they knew that it was all Great-grandpa Bunny's plan. Who's seen a beautiful sunset like that lately? It's been super, hasn't it? And there's Grandpa Bunny painting a rainbow. What a lovely bunny. I do miss him, but it's okay, because I know that he brings the rainbows, the sunsets, and all the beauty of the world. Isn't Grandpa wonderful? So remember how to say thank you. Remember, thank you is lovely. And who were the people we were going to practice saying thank you to? We were going to say thank you to the supermarket workers and anybody who still has to work, didn't we? And we need to remember to be grateful for the beauty in the world, because we don't know who made it beautiful. And we need to thank anybody who we do know made our lives a little bit more beautiful, like Grandpa Bunny did. So remember, be grateful for one thing today and maybe say thank you. That would be lovely. And then also don't forget, you've got to take your curlers out a little bit later or your hair gets stuck in them. Just out of interest, I thought you might like to know. And to end today, we've got a little song, and it's Little Peter Rabbit. Little Peter Rabbit had a fly upon his nose. Little Peter Rabbit had a fly upon his nose. Little Peter Rabbit had a fly upon his nose. So he flipped it and he flopped it till it flew away. I thought you might like a little bit of a song, you beautiful little people. And just so you know, somebody loves you. So have a wonderful day. I won't see you tomorrow because I'm having a break from the internet. I'm turning off our Wi-Fi for 24 hours. So I will see you on Tuesday. You're welcome, Shannon. I will see all of you on Tuesday. Well, I won't. One of Lisa's other readers will. And they will read you some new story. So have a super weekend with everybody you love. Make sure you get cuddles. Make sure you say thank you. And remember one thing at least to be grateful for.